Well. Not so tough now, are you, Moonbutt? Oh, hello there. Name's Tricky Cipher, nice to meet you. I'm in the middle of something, so how can I help you? You expected a video about ponies? Do I look like someone who talks about ponies, Billy? Well, I suppose I could do one anyway if we strike a deal, that is. It's really simple. I give you that video you want, and you help me on something I've been working on for a while. We talk about the details later. Great, I'll get back to you by next Tuesday, Dave. Okay, it's Halloween. Or how do these ponies call it again? Nightmare Night. Oh, I think I have an idea. This Nightmare Night is a feast all about Nightmare Moon, Princess Moonbutt's evil side. So let's talk about that. Introduced in the pilot episode, she was the first villain the show had to offer, and she actually did a pretty good job. She had a decent background story that was somewhat relatable. I mean, I destroyed worlds for less than jealousy. Good job there, Moonbutt. She also has a rather threatening design, and her vocal performance rivals that of Maleficent. Yet no one really talks about Nightmare Moon, only how guilty Moonbutt and Sunbutt feel about it. Like, really, you did no real harm, get over it already. Your whole character up to this point basically consists of, I pity myself because I gave in to my inner darkness and I don't want it to happen again. Can we get an episode about you that doesn't focus on your anxiety? Heck, even if you help people, you always allude to your past. Can't you just help people just to be nice and not because they remind you of yourself? But that's besides the point. I'm not talking about you after all, but about your better half. So, is Nightmare Moon a good villain? Well, the pilot episode did a rather poor job to showcase her. She's supposed to be so powerful, but she never really makes use of her magic. Instead, she manipulates the surroundings to do her dirty work instead, which doesn't even really serve a narrative purpose, as they say it right away that the forest is dangerous and everything that did happen to them might as well happen without her influence, with the exception of the shadow balls, but no one with half a brain will fall for that anyway. It makes her look somewhat proactive, but also makes you wonder why she didn't kill the heroes right away. Well, aside from the point that this is a cartoon aimed at little girls, more so in season 1 than later seasons, we actually get some sort of answer in the cutie remark. In an alternate timeline created by Glimglam, no one ever stopped Nightmare Moon, and she ruled Equestria for about 2 years with Iron Hoof. Kinda. One thing about this timeline which is quite interesting is that no pony suffers. To my disappointment, but that's besides the point. According to the drama queen, it is seemingly not even uncommon for tourists to visit Nightmare Moon's castle. No one in her servants seems to be under some sort of mind control spell, and they seemingly generally respect her. Sure, she might be evil, and most ponies probably aren't that happy about that eternal night thing, but Nightmare Moon seems like a decent ruler who cares about her subjects. After all, she became evil because she wanted every pony to appreciate her work. Enslaving them wouldn't really fulfill her. She probably gained her respect once the next bad guy showed up, and she probably gained it by proving that she's able to protect her subjects. She might even be better at that job than the main 6, if we assume that every other bad guy showed up at some point in the timeline. She only had a disdain for her sister, and she wants to ensure that her reign lasts forever, so if we keep that in mind, her behavior in the pilot episode actually makes somewhat sense. She wants the love of her subjects, and murdering some of them in cold blood is probably not the best way to achieve that, so she tries to make it look like an accident, and truth be told, that makes her a far more interesting and intelligent villain than Tyrek, who just wants to blow stuff up. That being said, there are a couple of other things that somewhat hurt Nightmare Moon's status as a villain. In the season 4 opener we saw how she was banished, and while it is a pretty awesome scene, it also shows that Nightmare Moon didn't accomplish anything than delaying the sunrise for a couple of hours. So her criminal record is not that impressive compared to the ones of other villains in the show. It also begs the question who wrote down the story of Nightmare Moon's defeat. They clearly show that no one but Sunbutt witnessed her transformation. So let me get this straight. Celestia bothered to write the story down, published it as a ponytail and not a historical fact, and never brings it up at Summer Sun celebrations, and instead allows other ponies to take the Nightmare Moon character to turn her into the boogeyman for the pony version of Halloween. If it wasn't her idea to begin with, that is. Wow! Even I couldn't be that evil. I'm actually impressed. Your sister must really hate you, Moonbutt. Well. Look who's angry now. Well, so much for taking over the dreamscape of Equestria. I guess I have to come up with another plan. But until then, remember, the universe is a hologram, reality is an illusion. Buy gold, bye!